All right, guys, I got something to show you all. I don't know if any of you all ever seen this before, but I'm at Target. And did you know what? Before I even get started, guys, guess who I have with me today? The famous and the one and only Gun Alert guy. Say what's up, man.
Hey, what's up, afternoon?
Yes, sir. We about to show them a little something. Let's go over here real quick. Guys, they have freaking Tesla charging stations here. And he told me to come over here and meet him for a special little surprise that he had for me here. So I'm going to show you guys, and I don't know if you've ever seen this, but this is what it looks like, guys. Crazy stuff. I never knew this. You got Teslas pulling up. You got a bunch of people charging their Teslas right now. Here goes another station right here. This is what it looks like if you've never seen it before. All right, guys, so we got a guy with a Tesla here today. Man, how you like your Tesla, bro?
This is probably the best decision I've ever made, to be honest with you.
Really?
So
With the gas prices going up and stuff like that?
No, dude, when I bought this, gas was $2 a gallon.
Okay.
Like, it's the fact that driving this, instead of changing everything about a car to say, hey, we're going to give you this gimmicky little feature right here.
Right.
It's all quality of life. So, like, right off the rip, my brake pedal
Right.
is an accessory, not a necessity.
Okay.
This car brakes on its own. It's like, you ever seen someone drive a Barbie Jeep? That's the same way this thing
All
drives.
right.
All right, like, check this out.
Uh-oh.
This is my airflow.
He got some stuff to show us, guys.
This is the flow of the air. So I have full control over my vents, and it gets even better. So you see I put this air rate down, right?
Right.
And temperature 71. If I go over here to my girlfriend's setting, it changes to 68, puts the air in the middle.
And the seat's moving. Y'all missed
The
that
only
part.
thing that don't change is the rear view mirror. The steering wheel will change. So like if I go over to A Breezy here, look, the steering wheel's going down, the side views are adjusting, the seat's doing everything. It even has this mode, easy entry. So when I open the door, this seat moves all the way back and up so I can get in and out comfortably. And when I park and undo my seatbelt, it does the same thing.
All right.
You want to see what I'm paying to charge so far? So I got here with 3 miles left. I'm at 473 and I've charged 145 miles. I've been here for about 15 minutes.
Do you think that it's highly beneficial, though, with today's climate, with gas being almost at $5? Do you think it would really help a person with their finances?
All right, so let's look right here. So I got this thing, which this is adjusted. I did it off of, $3 to the gallon, okay? So over 31 days, I've spent $249 and saved $148. But this is off $3 to the gallon.
Right.
This isn't off $5 to the gallon.
Okay.
Right? For every dollar I spend in this, we can actually go right here. So I have 252 miles max. Where is it? Let's go to my little personal profile, my account, and then my charging history. So you can see these numbers. I'm spending, $10 to $15 on average to get 250 miles. Now, normally I have about 20, 30 when I get here. Right. But that's still 200 plus miles for $10, $15. I'm getting about 20 miles for every dollar I spend.
Okay.
You're spending $5 for 20 miles.
Wow.
So, like, everything about this car has been a quality of life improvement. They got plenty of games and Netflix and all this other dumb stuff. But that's all over on the side.
Right.
Everything you need is in settings. It's like I got an iPhone. Everything I need to make this phone work is right in my little settings app, right there.
Right.
Everything else on this phone is stuff I put on for fun.
Right.
And that's how this car is.
You're going to laugh at me, bro, because I never knew that these fucking charging stations were out here. I never knew this the whole time I came out here.
All right, I got one more for you then. Because you notice this is in the back of a lot. You wouldn't know this was here unless you came to charge, right?
Right.
So I'm going to zoom out, and what we're about to see here, this is the United States. You see all those chargers all over, all those little gray lines?
Right.
Those are all this style charger. This is a supercharger, okay?
Okay.
So like all those all over are supercharging, which means it can go up to 1,000 miles of range an hour as a charge rate. Right now, I'm at 54 kilowatts out of 250 max, and I'm charging at 263 miles of range an hour.
Wow.
Now, if you want to put that in perspective for other electric vehicles, the Mustang Mach-E, brand new vehicle, top of the line, right?
Right.
Maxes out at 72 miles of range charging per hour.
Okay.
My car takes an hour to charge completely.
So 1 hour to charge completely.
Right.
But you don't have to charge completely if you don't want to, right?
Most people will only charge to 80% if they're charging all the way. But if I were to go in here and say, type in going to my mom's house down in Georgia, right? It's gonna pull up okay, this charger I need to charge for 5 minutes before I can get on the road.
Right.
And once it loads, it's gonna say you're gonna get to Kimball, Tennessee, 17% battery, and or Ackworth, 15% battery. I'll charge for 10 minutes and I'll make it to mom's house.
Okay.
Kimball, 17%, charge for 25 minutes and I'll make it to Ackworth, Georgia.
Okay.
And I got the lowest range. The next range after this one is 300 plus.
Perfect.
Right. So it does all that. They're everywhere, and you're charging 15, 20 minutes on a road trip. If you're charging like you're driving all day, like I do Uber and Lyft in this, like I'm charging 40 minutes most of the time.
So basically, it's a worry. I hear this a lot from people that, you know, when they're referring to electric cars and things like that, they always say, I worry when I travel to different states where these charging stations are at. What do you have to say about that?
All right, so first off, every charging station is at a location like this. We're at a Target shopping center. The other two superchargers in Nashville are at a Target and at a Kroger. The one in Manchester the one in Kimball pulled up is at a Walmart with 3 gas stations and 4 fast food joints right behind it.
Okay.
Now, 250 miles of range. I'm gonna go about 3 hours before I have to charge.
Okay.
Well, if you're in a car on a road trip for 3 hours, you're probably about ready to stop, go to the bathroom, and grab a drink.
That's right.
Well, you notice it said about 15, 20 minutes on charge. You ever gone in and out of a gas station, got your food, got your drinks, gone to the bathroom, got back in the car in 15 minutes? That's about if you're rushing, if there's no one in line.
Okay.
You got a family with you you're road tripping with, that's a 40-minute stop regardless.
Right.
Now you go up the next model, because most major American cities are about 300 miles from the next one. So you go up to the next model above this one, you got that 300-mile range, you're going city to city.
Okay.
You're stopping, it's time to go to the bathroom. It's time, because now you got 4 or 5 hours of driving before you stop.
Right.
If you're like just redlining it and you don't got time to stop, and you're 10 hours to get there and it takes 10 hours, don't get the Tesla. But if you're going on a road trip, it never takes the time you think it's going to take. And at least this way, it's telling you, well, you're going to stop here for 20 minutes. Go do everything you got to do.
Right.
It'll leave, and if I go into my charger and I click, say, this one over here, see all these little options? It has bathrooms, food, coffee, and shopping right there.
Yep.
If I click this one we're at, it says, oh, look, it also has places to sleep because there's 2 hotels right there. So it tells you what's around it, so you can even plan, what do we need to do at this charger?
Sick. I fucking love these Teslas, bro.
So,
I don't know what people are talking about. I'm a huge fan of the Tesla.
Right.
What kind do you have?
I have the standard range plus.
Come show us what this is. What he working with, guys. It looks great too.
Here's actually a fun fact.
This is the charger.
So you see how right here there's nothing on this back side. And just right here, this spot next to the plate.
Okay.
So right here you don't see anything that says dual motor. If it says dual motor, it's a long range edition.
Okay.
If it says dual motor and it got a red line under it, it's a performance edition. So this is the cheapest bottom of the barrel thing you can buy from Tesla, what we're looking at.
Let me show them. This is nice too, guys.
Yeah, this is $44,000.
And I'm thinking about adding one to the fleet, man. But this thing is really nice.
No, I would absolutely. They have some of the best resale value of cars right now because there's nothing to break on. So you take, that truck right there. That's got 3,000 to 5,000 moving parts in the drivetrain alone, right? This car has less than 1,000 moving parts total.
Okay.
What is there to break?
Right.
Especially, oh look, I got an emergency handle right here. It's a manual. It's standard on all the Teslas. That counts as a moving part. So 2 of those, that's 2 out of 1,000 already.
Right.
If we just add in my little, rear view sun visor, that's another 9 parts right there. So there's nothing to break on this car.
Okay.
The only thing is you don't want to own it out of warranty. So like you think engine, transmission, 2 big things in a regular car, battery, motor, and this. Well, my battery's $17,000.
Lithium-ion battery, correct? Okay.
So
show us a little bit about the chargers and tell us about it because I don't know really what's going on here.
This is the smartest thing in the world to me. So when you go to a regular electric vehicle charger, a lot of them, if you don't have an account, you pay on site, right?
Okay.
I have a Tesla account. When you buy the car, you set up a Tesla account with a, credit card, debit card hooked up to it, whatever. This is hooked up to my debit card. So I show up here. All I do is plug it in, so I'll... Hold on. All right. So I just come up, this button on the top, you click it, pops that open.
Nasty.
Hop in the car. That's all you do. And then when it's done, whenever I'm ready to be done charging or it says I'm done, you just click that button again and pull it out. Because if you don't click that button, it won't come out.
Okay.
They actually sell accessories for these that'll cover this button so someone that isn't you can't unplug your car. But then at that point, I just hang it up and walk away.
Man, that is so sweet.
And I can even show you, let me get to it real quick.
Okay.
All right, so we can look at,
Let me know when to show them.
there we go. So like this is May. This is on my Apple debit card, and you can just see going down the list, it's just Tesla charger. In fact, as soon as I unplug this car again, it's gonna pop up. I'm gonna get a little notification at the top, you know how your phone does, and it'll say, okay, you just got charged this much money for Tesla supercharger at Brentwood, you know, Old Hickory Boulevard, Tennessee.
That's sweet, dude.
Yeah.
You don't you just gave me alone so much education behind this, because it's a lot that I didn't know.
I didn't want this car. My old pickup truck got totaled on the interstate. They gave me a bunch of money for it because of used vehicle prices, and I was just test driving stuff.
I fucking love them though, bro.
And I made it 5 minutes down the road in this car. I was actually test driving it so a friend could try the car. Made it 5 minutes down the road. He was supposed to hop in the driver's seat, try out the car, see if he wanted one. I said, man, you're not getting in the driver's seat. We're going back to Tesla. He said, why? And I said, because I'm buying this car. I got out the car. I said, hey, man, even my salesman, I was like, aren't you going to try and sell me this car? Fun fact, Tesla salesmen are salary, not commission.
Okay.
So I was like, aren't you going to try and sell me this car? He goes, no, you wouldn't be here if you weren't going to go buy it.
Right.
And I was like, man, fuck this guy. I'm going home.
Right.
I'm not doing this test drive. My buddy's like, dude, just get in. I want to see the car.
Okay.
5 minutes later, turn around. 5 minutes after that, get out the car, and he goes, so how'd you like it? And I'm like, I hate you. I'm buying this car right now. I walked in, bought the car on the spot. I didn't even have a job when I bought this car.
Dude,
I love it. I wanted it.
I love it. I don't care what the haters say. I freaking, well, I wouldn't say all people are haters, but I would say that it's not acquired taste for some people, but I don't care. I still love it. I still love it.
I think people look at it and they hear a lot of the issues because Tesla is bad about like autopilot.
Yep.
Autopilot is lane assisted cruise control.
Yeah, I wouldn't even put my shit in autopilot anyway.
Well, that's the thing is autopilot isn't, so like the new Chevy Silverado, right? Has lane assist with its cruise control.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the next big thing for cruise control. All the cars are going to have it because it helps you stay where you're supposed to stay.
Right.
That's all this is.
Right.
Autopilot does not turn for me. It doesn't stop at stop signs or stoplights. It just keeps me in the lane and behind the car in front of me.
Right.
The only thing it does that your regular car lane assisted cruise control won't do is when I get off the interstate on a Clover, it's going to slow down to 35, so I'm safe on that, spin around.
Okay.
Or if I'm driving and I'm in a 50 mile an hour zone, it drops down to 40 mile an hour, the car is going to slow down to 5 miles over the speed limit because that's my personal setting.
Right.
That's the only difference between this and regular cruise controls. It just does the stuff you wish your cruise control would do.
Right.
What most people are thinking of is full self-driving, which is a $12,000 additional package that does all that stuff. I don't have that. I don't trust that. But I have autopilot. Like my mom's Chevy Malibu has lane assist. I use that all the time. Why wouldn't I use a better version?
Right, that's right. I got one question for you.
Gotcha.
With the vehicle, does it alert you? Like, say for instance, when I'm traveling from Nashville to Flint, Michigan, will it alert you when you come across stations like this? Can you set it, or does it automatically do that?
So it doesn't automatically alert you.
Okay.
What it will do is, so say I'm 15 miles from the closest supercharger, I have 20 miles range.
Right.
It's going to give me, I think it's like 9 different notifications over time where it says, hey, you might need to think about charging.
Okay, that's what I like. That's what I like.
Hey, you're almost too far from known supercharging locations. It'll even map. When it decides you're not paying attention and you're going to be too far away to charge, it's going to map to a charger for you. Like this, you have to go out of your way to run out of battery unless you're in like the middle of nowhere. It just, everything about it is, they say when you design something, design it for the dumbest person that's going to use it.
Right.
I can't lie. I graduated high school like a 2-2. I'm not that smart. I drive Lyft and Uber, and before that I swung a hammer. Books aren't my thing.
Right.
And I can figure this car
out.
and
people, and I think a lot of people actually think that it's very, very difficult to control, for the controls and things of that nature. But
this is actually real cool. So let's hop
I freaking love that screen. That screen is juicy and nice.
Right, and this is the smallest screen too. Yeah, you can lean in. I'm not claustrophobic, whatever. But so this is your control center. There's a little car symbol in this bottom
left.
Turn
your light on for me if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So in this bottom left corner, there's a little car symbol, right?
Okay.
And this is all of my settings. But if you look at it, let's go to display, right?
Uh-huh.
So auto brightness, English, 12-hour time, distance. I set that once when I, first got in the car.
Yeah.
I'll never look at this again unless it's for a situation like showing it off. Let's go to navigation. Okay, all just settings that I decided to use. This is all stuff that you make a setting choice.
Right.
And then the only other 2 things you need controls for, obviously, windows, mirrors, child lock, that basic stuff.
Right.
pedals and steering, because sometimes you might want to go fast, or maybe, you know, you want a different stopping mode.
Right.
Which, by the way, this is real cool right here. So hold mode. When the car is on and not moving, but it's in drive, it'll put it in hold mode, which keeps it from rolling forward or backwards.
That's sweet.
So
that is sweet.
Even at a stoplight, I just take my foot off the pedal.
That's
hang
fucking
out.
sweet.
Right. Steering mode, this is how tight my steering wheel is. Acceleration, chill standard. This will even tell you I don't have a good one, because there's 3 modes. I don't have the 3rd mode because I bought the cheapest bottom of the barrel Tesla.
Yeah, it's still cool, man. This I like, bro.
Yeah.
I like it. This is really, really nice. And I appreciate you sharing your time. What's your name, bro?
I'm Jared.
All right. Yeah, and I'm Ivan.
Nice to meet you,
I want you to check out the footage because you a star now. You a star now.
Can't,
So I want you to check out the footage on I'm Not From This Planet.
I'm not from this
Matter of fact, you can pull it up now.
Yeah,
and that way,
yep,
go ahead and subscribe to your boy
What are we on?
on YouTube.
Alright, let me...
And I'll have this video up probably in the next couple of days for sure.
Alright, yeah. And it's I'm not from this planet?
Yep, all separate words.
I'm not...
You'll see 3 sevens for the logo.
This planet. And then...
That's me right there,
This
bro.
one?
Nope, the 3 sevens.
yeah,
Yep,
I
that's
was
me.
like,
Yep.
Cool, let's, how do we...
Oh, scroll it back down.
Yeah.
Boom. So hit subscribe.
Yeah.
And then hit alerts. That way, when the video posts, you'll know that it's that it posted.
Cool.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's nice meeting you, man.
Nice meeting
I'm
you
about to
too.
take a little tour, look at this, because I bet you it's a lot of people like me, man, as dumb as it sounds, that haven't seen this before. So I appreciate you sharing your time.
99% of my Lyft Uber rides are people asking basically these same questions, because until you've been in it, you don't realize how different this is from the regular driving
Would you
experience.
say for sure that it is the 21st century, the next 21st century way of doing it?
I would say, when I was a kid, I watched Will Smith and iRobot.
Yeah.
And they drove those cars, and he fought the robots on the cars, and I'm like, that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
I think before I die, that's going to happen.
Yep.
I didn't believe it.
Exponential rate.
And then I saw this car, I got in it, and I don't think it's perfect. I think it has flaws like everything else. But if this is what we can do today, and 20 years ago we had Nokia cell phones,
Right.
dude, we're there.
Yeah.
We're getting
Yeah.
there real quick.
It's one of my
This is
favorites, bro.
Incredible.
I love it. Congratulations on your purchase. You can't beat it. Gotta love it. So I'm about to take a tour real quick of this. And again, man, I appreciate your time.
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
come back around and talk to you.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Station right here, guys. I'm just gonna walk around here just to show you guys what it's looking like. If you've never seen one before. If you have, good for you. If not, then they have just a ton of different charging stations. Of course, you can see people charged up here, of course. Charging also. You got a family right here, he's charging. He's charging right here also. So it's just a good charging station, guys. Tesla's everywhere. Looks really, really good. So I wanted to share that with you all about these stations. And are they just at Targets, or are they at other places too that you can find the stations?
Yeah, it's just in this one specifically is at Target. So like, off the top of my head, Manchester, Tennessee is
I mean,
behind the
are they
Dunkin'
in like
Donuts.
different places other than Target?
Yes. So the way it works, to my understanding, I may be wrong, but to my understanding, businesses approach Tesla and ask to put in superchargers.
Okay.
Because if you have a supercharger, you're guaranteed to have traffic.
Yep.
And I believe it pretty heavily, because I mean, every single one is at a place of business.
Beneficial towards business.
Right.
Makes
Like
sense.
when I'm in an emergency, I'll use like EV Goes and other like charge point chargers, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're always like in a parking garage or in some random lot, or like, you know, this business is closed, but they have these chargers way back in the corner.
Right.
When I go to a Tesla charger, I've never been to one. I've been cross country in this car, and I've never been to a Tesla charger that didn't have stuff around it
Right.
that I could go do. I've always been able to get food, a drink, and use the restroom, which
Okay.
are the 3 main things when you're stopping.
Right.
And honestly, like, it's anywhere. I mean, there's like Chattanooga Airport has one. There's one in the back lot of a Publix. There's one at a gas station where they have gas pumps,
Okay.
and then where they would have like the air pump, they have an air pump and then just 2 standalone chargers.
Right.
So it really is, it can be anywhere. I mean, you could go behind the Waffle House over there, and they may have one. I know they don't, obviously, because I'd use it, but they really are just hidden like that.
Okay, I do have a dumb question. Sorry to cut you off.
No worries.
Do they have an option? I know they have a cord or something you could put inside your garage and charge. Do you have anything portable that you could take just in case these ports are filled up? Is it any way you can plug in somewhere else possibly, like with a cord, an extra cord?
There are actually 3 things to say on that. One, when the chargers are all full and you need to charge, your best bet is unfortunately going to be to wait. However, when you're in this, in the map, how that, like its numbers, you know, on the little red location thing, it'll put a clock symbol. And that means that it's, you know, pretty busy and most of the chargers are full, so you know what you're getting into. I've never really had to wait more than like 20-25 minutes because, again, they just charge so fast and most people are charging, you know, just to get to the next spot. So it's really not detrimental, you know, just watch a show on Netflix.
Okay.
You do have a 110, like your regular wall outlet charger that you can get. Tesla did just remove those from being included with the car, so you do have to pay extra for them now, about $200. But it's really useful because you can plug it in. It charges at a rate of about 6 to 10 miles an hour. Okay. So it's not great, but it's an emergency tool, not a everyday tool. I do, at my mom's house, I have a home charger, which is a $500 unit. I believe it's $400 if you buy it with the car, that hooks into my fuse box, and it charges at a rate of about 60 miles an hour. Got it. One massive piece of advice for those. So a lot of electricians, if it has Tesla on the name, they're going to charge a lot of money to install it. Okay. What I did was I bought the unit. I went down to Home Depot and bought the cable that, you know, the instructions say you need. I cut some holes in the drywall and ran the cable. Then I called an electrician, gave him $200 to hook it into my fuse box and into the charger, instead of the $1,500 he quoted me to do the exact same thing. Wow. Right. Saves a lot of money right there, because it's one of those, the hardest part of getting a Tesla is the upfront cost. Coming up with a down payment and then coming up with the money for like the charger, because that's, you know, debited. Right. But after that, it is cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. To put it in even greater perspective, so I picked this car up June 20th, right? It had 6 miles on it, so I've driven 46,560 miles. Right. Now, my old pickup truck got 15 miles to the gallon. I get 20 miles to the dollar. Wow. Right. So with that $46,000, I've not only saved all the money that I paid for the car this year, I've saved all the money for next year, and half of my third year's payments already. Wow. Meanwhile, I was a construction worker. The credit was my worst enemy. Right. Because then the bank knows what I got. Right. When I bought this car, I had less than $10,000 available credit. Not really any other credit, like, you know, an apartment lease here, you know, dumb stuff. They gave me a 4% interest rate with under a 700 credit score. Wow. And I did put $8,000 down on a $44,000 car, but at the end of the day, a 4% interest rate with that kind of credit score is pretty baller, and it's $500 a month. Yeah. This mug is sweet. Hey, step out for me. I'm gonna get a thumbnail because you're about to be super famous right now. I like being thumbnails. Yeah. So I'm gonna have you right there, and what I do is just screenshot it. So however you want to pose. I got it, bro. Yes, sir. Yep. I appreciate that, man. Yes, sir. Tech, car, and guns is what I do. Yes, sir. Check out the channel. I got 180 videos. I'm going hard, man, for Tennessee, man. Dude, I love it. For the city. So that's something most definitely. But I do appreciate your time, and we thank you so much, bro. Absolutely. Hopefully next time I see you out here in one of these too. All right. Take care. You too. Thank you. All right, guys. We got Mike, the gun alert guy. We got another Tesla guy here. Does he want to be on camera, or is he shy? Is he camera shy right now? Camera shy, man. Oh, man. He wants to know the channel. What's the channel? Oh, it's I'm Not From This Planet. Got it? I'm Not From This Planet. No. Yeah, see, I'm not from this planet. I'm really not. Good. It's a good car, though. You like it? Yes, sir. You want to be on film? Can I just say one thing and that's it? Just say one thing. It's a good car. Car of the future. Tesla. It's a car of the future. The guy before, he just told us all about it. He said it was awesome. It is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's an adventure. It is. And you have to think about this totally different than you do a regular car. Okay. Gas-powered cars have to build up the speed. This is instant speed, instant power. Big question. And then I'll leave you alone. Yes, sir. Big question. Yes, sir. Is it really saving you for where we're at right now? Phenomenal. At $5 per freaking gallon almost? Yes, sir. Okay. I spent $97 in my other car on Tuesday, and Wednesday I went to go buy this. Wow. I rode down the street and saw it.
I had no intention of buying the car. I just saw it and talked to the guy about it and bought it.
Okay.
And I had a 550 Mercedes-Benz S-Class.
Okay.
4MATIC.
Yep. Everybody's switching, man. And it's one of those times now where they putting you know, they
Over here, guy. Give me the key. I'm not photogenic.
look, that's Mike the gun alert
I'm not
guy.
photogenic,
Hey,
man.
this is a famous video right now, guys. Y'all better
not
soak it in.
photogenic.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, and we appreciate your time too, sir. All right, you guys, you take care.
I'm really not photogenic. No worries.
That was good though. Guys, all I gotta say is make sure that you get you an electric vehicle, because this is not gonna stop. I don't think it's gonna stop, and if it does, it's gonna go down a little bit, but then eventually it's gonna go back up. What you think, Mike, before
I
closing?
still like my V8, man.
Huh?
Still like my V8.
We know how you feel about electric cars. Low key, we know how you feel.
Low key.
Yes.
So here's something that you might not know about Tesla. The engine that is, or the motor that's in a Tesla is very similar to what Nikolai Tesla designed way back when. They haven't done a whole lot of modification to that other than modernize, because they have materials now that he didn't have available then.
Right.
So other than that, €100 vehicle by Nikolai Tesla.
All right, you guys heard it. Please like, comment, subscribe, smash that notification bell so when I roll out the latest videos, guys, you'll be able to receive them. And this is the Tesla charging port area at Target, guys.